Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. This is a video series I do called Transfer Tuesday, where every week I come on and share what kind of financial moves we are making to get us closer to our goal of financial freedom. So currently we are in the midst of renovating our basement, converting it from an unfinished basement to a finished basement, and it is eating up all of our money. So this will be a short video this week. What I'm counting for my Transfer Tuesday is a already scheduled transfer that we have on the 10th of every month. We automatically have $200 come out of checking and go into our sinking fund for home and auto. So although we have money in this sinking fund that's named home and auto, meaning it's for the home or for our vehicles, we're not tapping into that money to use towards this renovation project. So far we've been able to cash flow the whole thing. This week we do have carpet getting installed, and then we also will need to purchase a couch for that space. So both of those are going to be large expenses. So that's why I'm being very conservative right now and not transferring a bunch of extra money, because I need that money in our accounts in order to pay for those expenses. And then we can play catch up here in future weeks. So we also have a little family getaway coming up this month. We already paid for like half of it up front as the deposit. So we'll have a portion to still pay when we get there, and then, you know, food and things like that as well. So very small week, just that $200 into that home and auto. Again, I talked about not using it for this home project. We do intend, we're trying to save that up for vehicle purchases. So we both drive, like mine's a 2016, my husband's is a 2018. So they're not very, super old vehicles. But when we do need to replace them, we want to be able to do that with cash and not take out a loan. So that's why we've been slowly building up that account, so that when that day comes, we have the money in order to do that. I do plan to try to keep driving my van for a while yet. I haven't even broke the 100,000 miles yet, and it's a Honda Odyssey. So those, you can drive them forever, they say. So we will see how many years down the road before we do purchase a new vehicle, but I want to have that money set aside and ready for when we do need it. We can also tap into that money for other projects that we want to do. We've talked about getting new kitchen counters, replacing the laminate, and upgrading to like a granite or a quartz. So maybe someday that money would be used for that, or any other large home expenses. This past fall I talked about we had to replace our well pump, and that was several $1,000s. So you just never know when things are going to happen. So that is why we have that account, so that we can keep building it, so that we have that money for when things like that do occur. We try not to tap into it unless we need them, so that they can continue to grow and get large enough for those intended purchases. So not very exciting this week. At least I have already kicked off last week, starting to fund my Roth IRA for this year. So I felt really good about that, because I did put $500 in last week. So that kind of can hold me over for a little bit as well, because ultimately that was my goal of $500 per month at a minimum, to make sure that you get it by the year end. Typically I do it quicker than that, so that I can finish it and move on to other projects and goals throughout the year. So I feel good about it, that we've at least started that one, and we have plenty of time in the year to catch up. We're just, like 2 weeks into the year. So I'm not too worried that it's a slower progress. Again, this is also a week between paydays, so I try to be a little more conservative on those weeks as well. So between knowing I've got to pay for carpet and payday is not till next week, we will see what next week brings with between paying for carpet and maybe buying a couch. So next week might be sad as well. But you'll have to come back next week and watch. So that's going to do it for me for today. $200 to our sinking fund for home and auto. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you back again next week.